The Buffalo Bills are about to have a brutal reality check tomorrow afternoon, 4:25 at Highmark against the Eagles. Now, with that statement, I'm not saying that the Buffalo Bills are going to lose this game. I actually think that they have a lot of things in their favor right now to go and win this game, and we're going to talk about those in this episode. But the thing I want to acknowledge is that this very much so is a playoff test. This is an Eagles team, even if you look on the screen with me, that's top 4 in odds to win the Super Bowl. They're the Super Bowl reigning champs. They are a team that some parts in this season, outside of a couple injuries and maybe some issues with their offensive play calling, have been absolutely dominant. Their defense, a couple outings this year against good offenses. They absolutely suffocated the Lions this year. But the reality about January football, or even December here, we're just after Christmas, we're looking at this team and realizing it's about to get cold. It's going to be wet. There's a 90+% chance of precipitation tomorrow at Highmark. It's going to be physical. There's going to be limited possessions. Frankly, the Buffalo Bills are built to be a run-first, heavy-set team. They are. And the Eagles are as well. The Eagles are a Northeast team in some sense that have the opportunity to come into our house and play really good football. But it doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what kind of narratives you bring into the game. It doesn't matter how bad your rush defense was earlier on in the season. It matters how much and how well you can play in January conditions. But again, look at these teams. You got the 11-4 Buffalo Bills, who've already punched their playoff ticket. They don't necessarily need anything. They could lose out and still make the playoffs. We could rest our starters for the next 2 weeks and be ready. I don't think that's advisable. I wouldn't do that. But the same thing with the Eagles. They're not in contention for the bye right now, nor are the Bills. Both of these teams could rest their starters at some point in this game, and it wouldn't surprise me. But behind all of that, there's the pride of winning. There's the pride of wanting to assert dominance, especially as a confidence boost for your team, for your fan base, for your organization going on into the playoff season. Both of these teams, again, are top 4 in Super Bowl odds entering this week. They are both built around elite quarterbacks. Say what you want about Jalen Hurts. We'll talk about him in a moment. But also dominant run games. This isn't just a matchup. You know, you look at Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, an elite wide receiver, and you look at an elite running back. Not only that, but when you look at Saquon Barkley, he struggled this year, but the last 3 weeks, 332 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 5.3 yards per carry. The question for me right now isn't can the Bills beat the Eagles, and it shouldn't be for you either. I think we can beat the Eagles. I think it's going to be a hard game. This is a good team. I've already explained that. I've already said that. But the question for me right now is, are the Bills built to win the kind of game that decides championships? Which very much so, based off those Super Bowl odds I already showed you. There's a pretty decent likelihood that this could be a matchup that the Buffalo Bills play against in the Super Bowl. Now, today, I want to talk about a couple things. Long intro, but necessary to some extent to set context. Today, I want to talk about the run games. I want to talk about how our defense can stop Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. There's some key injuries for this matchup that we need to break down. But in all of it, my name is Collin. I'm sick. That's why my tone is so low today. I'm very sick. But I want to bring you this matchup because I think it's very important for us to have the right perspective, a reframed perspective over what the Buffalo Bills can do going into this matchup. I want to start here talking about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley has been playing really well recently. The entire fan base of Bills Mafia has been very adamant that we need to put tape down, that we can stop an elite running back. The conditions aren't going to get any better this year. It's going to be cold. It's going to be wet. It's going to be rainy and probably snowy. The question is can the Buffalo Bills defense, without some of their key starters, like a Daquan Jones, or maybe even Jordan Phillips, who, yes, he's an older guy, but he has been a key starter. Jordan Phillips and Daquan Jones are out. We need to dictate the tempo of this game in the ground game. The down and distances. We're going to have the opportunity to run the ball really well. Nakobe Dean's out of this game. The Buffalo Bills have the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL, both as a running back and a quarterback. Josh Allen is unstoppable on the ground. James Cook is unstoppable on the ground. 1,500 plus yards for James Cook. But when you turn the corner and you look at the rest of the league, or you even look at Saquon, he's playing really well right now. Philadelphia knows this environment. They're from this environment. They embrace it. They don't get as much snow as we do up in Buffalo, but They bring power just as we bring power in the run game. Saquon and James Cook are going to be a duel that's going to be remembered. It's not finesse versus finesse. These aren't two really fast track star guys. This is power versus power. The interior run game versus the interior run game. We know that the Buffalo Bills are averaging almost 29, almost 30 points a game, actually, leading the AFC rather, in 373 yards per game. But Buffalo, again, when we look at the stats, we know that we're allowing 158 rush yards per game. But we scroll down a little bit here, and we see that the Eagles are allowing about 121 rush yards per game. Again, these two teams have two mobile quarterbacks and two incredible running backs. Something's got to give. Which of these defenses is going to hold back the running game? I think the odds-on favorite would be the Buffalo Bills at home. I don't know if the actual odds are that, but you got to think that Buffalo is going to want to win this test. Sean McDermott's not a man who wants to slow down near the end of the season. I don't think he's a man who wants to rest his starters going into the playoffs. But something's going to have to give. Either the Buffalo Bills offense dominates control and keeps Philly off the field, or Philly is going to lean against the Buffalo Bills' greatest weakness. Can the Buffalo Bills be a second-half team throughout an entire game? That's where I think the game is going to be decided. Is it going to be stacked boxes? Is it going to be more base defense for Bobby Babich? What's going to happen? Josh Allen is coming off the injury. His designation of injury is completely removed. He is good to go on Sunday. He is one career touchdown away from 300 total touchdowns in just 127 games. Fastest potentially ever. But Allen doesn't need volume here. He actually needs clean pockets, and he needs efficiency in great moments. Now, on the other side of the ball with Jalen Hurts, if we look at him again, he's actually played pretty well this season. He has had some struggles earlier on in this season in the passing game. But as of lately, Devonta Smith, who's going to be playing in this game, A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley are all playing efficient. Jalen Hurts does not need to play hero ball. He needs to play on schedule. Can Joey Bosa and Greg Rousseau get after Jalen Hurts this game? I don't know if you saw this, but Lane Johnson, if you look at the injury report for the Philadelphia Eagles, Lane Johnson will be out. He is a top 3 tackle in the entire NFL. That's not a cosmetic loss. Actually, they're filling his position, I believe, with a guy named Fred Johnson. I don't think it's his brother, but I think that's ironic. But Lane Johnson is the stabilizer in the pass protection. Joey Bosa, Greg Rousseau are going to have to get after Jalen Hurts if we're going to win this game. So now you have Buffalo Bills pass rush versus a weakened offense versus Philly's interior strength versus Buffalo's run, because Jalen Carter is also going to be playing in the game. A very, very solid defensive tackle. Actually, one of the most highly touted defensive tackles in the entire NFL. Daquan Jones is out. Jordan Phillips is out. Jordan Poyer is out, which is a cornerback he's been great at tackling recently. That directly impacts our early down run sets and fits. The interior push against Saquon Barkley is going to be huge. Can Deion Walker and TJ Sanders, now being played more on the interior, actually get a push? We need Ed Oliver back sooner rather than later. We got a couple tight ends, Dalton Kincaid and also Dawson Knox. Questionable. I think both of them are good to go. I think both of them are going to be playing. But again, A.J. Brown is back. Devonta Smith is back. Jalen Carter is active. Nakobe Dean, the linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles, is going to be out. Same with Lane Johnson. There's going to be some replacement level production for the offensive tackles for the Eagles. Can Joey Bosa and Greg Rousseau get after Jalen Hurts? That's the big question for me right now. Can we run the ball effectively? Can we stop the run? And can we get after Jalen Hurts? Josh Allen, as I already said, is cleared. No designations, no limitations. That removes excuses. And frankly, for me, it's a must-win game for us if we're putting everything out on the table. Now, there's a chance, there's a plan that Sean McDermott says we're resting our guys till playoffs. The first round bye needs about 5 games to drop our way this week for that to be an opportunity, to be on the table for us. I don't think that we're going for the first round bye. I think we're always going for it, but I don't think it's tenable. But with that being said, is there some pride in fighting for this game? I absolutely think there is. So for you right now, Bills Mafia, what do you think the score prediction is going to be? Again, my apologies for being a little sick, pretty nasally, pretty congested today. A little bit slower pace of video, but who controls the ground is going to win the game. who can stop the opposing running back is going to win the game. But again, in all of it, my name is Collin. This is Crack the Table. We're all Bills, no breaks, breaking down Buffalo Bills content every single day. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel keeps this train moving. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have a great day. God bless. Go Bills.